Dagger heart. Dagger heart. Dagger heart, come and we want to go home. Dagger heart. What's up, my nerds? It's your boy, the OGGM, singing to your way into your heart this morning at 8:36 here on April 25th. In the year of our Lord Steve the Cat 2024, it is once again gloomy, and it looks like it rained here at Site B. Because blah, 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 blah. I'll stop complaining about the weather when I'm dead. It's Thursday, which means it's time for Dagger Heart, when we look what's going on in the never-ending controversial storm that is Critical Role. And thankfully for Critical Role, uneventful this week, other than some guy with a hat and Ashley and her stuffed animals. And people still, apparently, the fresh cut grass thing. We'll get to that in a second, but first, the numbers. Let's head on over to the Critical Role Twitch, see how well they did this week. There's only one production this week on the Twitch. We had 291K views for Critical Role Campaign 3, episode 92. 92 episodes into Campaign 3, still on the new moon, still not moving the story forward, but now we have the transition to the backup campaign with the Crown Keepers, which everybody was upset about. Weird how they had everything prepared for that surprise. On the YouTube, they've had Bedrock, Myths Season 3, Episode 10 with 18K views. Broken Roads, Critical Role, Campaign 3, Episode 92 with 261K views. And Resolve, Myths Season 3, Episode 11 with 8.9K views. Guys, Myths is a failure. Stop it. Meanwhile, over on the Critical Role Dagger Heart channel, surveys have not been updated since March 12th. There's been no changes to the thing since April 9th. If you still want to check out the changes to Dragonheart, they're still available. You just enter your email and they'll send you the download, and you can see the new initiative rules and everything else. There's been no mention of Daggerheart for over a week, so I guess we're done for a while. Okay. So obviously the big things, again, still coming out of the Daggerheart thing and the Critical Role thing, is the death of fresh cut grass, which has ignited a brand new argument on the interweb about character death, because fresh cut grass died, supposedly might be permanent death unless we're using the comic book rules of nobody stays dead and you didn't see the body. And that has led to people either being very, very, very upset and sad and empathetic about it, or people being like, whatever, it's a character. They die all the time, big deal, to people being very hostile about it. And who Dale Matt Mercer would cry over the, and that has ignited yet another argument regarding the death of a player character and people getting upset over the death of their player character, opposed, to people like me who find it fucking hilarious when TPKs happen. And as long as my character died, awesomely, it's great. But I think I'm might be in the minority. So yeah, thank you, Sammy Regal, for once again instigating this role-playing riot over character death, yes versus no versus whatever. Really a pointless argument when you get to it. I was attached to my character and I'm set when he's dead. It's a piece of paper with numbers on it. How emotionally attached can you really get to it? And the other thing was, because they did that weird transitional whatever that was, which probably could have been done better. People are complaining we didn't get a warning. But did we? You didn't need a warning. It's just the way they did the transition from cliffhanger to here's that DM we haven't seen in 3 years, and here's these characters that haven't seen in 3 years, and we're going to just leave you hanging on a cliffhanger, what's going on the moon, and do this little mini series. And coming out of this mini series is one of the characters. It's this gentleman in the hat, depending upon your point of view, that's either fucking awesome or fucking stupid, but he's got a hat. It looks like he's definitely channeling young Tom Savani here. This is a guy who plays Dorian. Dorian was a tiefling bard at the beginning of Critical Role Campaign 3. In fact, he was there for the naming of Bell's Hells, and then he left. I don't know why, but he did. And he showed up in Crown Keepers in that game, and he showed up again 3 years later in this little one-shot that they're running. And people are wondering, Jesus Christ, what is that smell? Somebody's doing something outside, and it's just, now it smells like burning maple syrup. I hope nothing's on fire. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know why I'm talking about that. So he's back. So there he is. And now people are like, well, he was here at the beginning of Campaign 3, and his player's back playing this little mini series. Does that mean he's going to stick around for the end of Campaign 3 if it ever ends? And some people are like, oh, yes, bring Dorian back. And other people are like, no, don't bring W back. And then there's a majority of people like myself are like, I don't care. I don't think there's anything you could do to save Campaign 3. But yeah, and then of course there's Dorian merch on the site now, so that's even more adding speculation to, well, how come Dorian's character gets merch but none of the other characters get merch? Does that mean he's going to be on Campaign 3? Does that mean this guy's more important than this girl? Do they think they're going to make more money off of Dorian than this girl and with her bunny ears having an action figure? I don't know. Don't care. Nothing's going to save Campaign 3. Just end it. And of course, with that sarcastic comment of mine, one wonders, is all these are just platitudes that they're just throwing out in the attempt to entice the fan base to start liking them again as Campaign 3 slowly trundles. There's a word you don't hear very much. Trundles towards an eventual ending. Maybe an ending. But hey, at least they ended the Fresh Cut Grass storyline on a cliffhanger, which I said they should do like a month ago. It's like, how would I end Campaign 3? Don't end it. Cliffhanger, take a year off, start Campaign 4. No mention of at the ending of Campaign 3. Leave it hanging out there. But they sort of did that. And of course, because of the way they did it, people are like, oh, that was dumb. I hate you, Critical Role. How dare you do it that way? Whine. And you know, it's weird because the people who are the hardest in the Critical Role are not people like me. It's the fans. It's the Critical Role fans who are complaining about the transition from the, you know, Hell's Bells characters to the Crown Keepers characters. The other people, the rest of the world who aren't Critical Role fans are like, I don't care. So what? I mean, yeah, it sucks that it ended on a cliffhanger, but I don't care. So that's our Critical Role Dagger Heart news this week. And hey, no Dagger Heart this week from anywhere. So good thing, bad thing, don't care thing, don't know. Don't know. This is a point where every week when I bring this up, that of course I'm going to bring it up again because it pretty much is the tip of the pyramid that I base this whole production on. Nothing I say about Daggerheart or Critical Role matters because the fate of Daggerheart Campaign 3 and Critical Role are in the hands of the fans. So any expectations or complaints or like, hey, that was a great idea, or I really appreciate this, or I think that's stupid, nothing matters. Nothing I said in the past 10 minutes matters because at the end of the day, Critical Role and Campaign 3 will rise and fall on the fickle shoulders of the Critical Role fan base. Yay. Till next week, I hope you appreciate me doing this for you guys. Hey, so how about so you support me there, guys? I'm like still the only person who's pretty much regularly doing this. I will now leave you with me singing.